you for joining us. I'm your hostess, Kayla Byers, and this is Champions of Discourse presents Debate This. This season, we will see two debaters go head-to-head in an impromptu battle of wits and passion. Each week, we will have a new judge to adjudicate the round, and by the end of the season, we will crown the winner. If you'd like to hear a bit more information about how debate works, check out our previous intro video. The link is in the description box. With each round, we hope to equip you with the tools necessary to be a critical thinker. This round, in addition to our distinguished debaters, Leah Johnson and Janelle Hope, the judge will be Denise Young. Denise currently resides in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she is loving it there. She's the owner of Love in Action Christian Coaching. Her passion is to help women of all ages and backgrounds to discover their God-given purpose, to encourage them to walk in their purpose so that they can experience love, joy, and fulfillment. Most importantly, to represent Christ in every area of their lives. Let's go ahead and get this round started.
Welcome to an episode of Champions of Discourse presents Debate This. I am your host, Leah, and I'm joined today with Janelle, my opponent for today, and our adjudicator for today, or our judge, is Denise. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. All right, Denise, is that on there the way it's written?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready, we'll just start the timer for 15 minutes, and then just let us know when we have 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes left.
10, 5. Okay, go. Time.
Okay, great. Okay. 7 minutes, 6 minutes, sorry, 6 minutes. Debbie Fresh, you're on. All right.
Are you ready? Do I start now or?
Yeah, go ahead, start. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to my opponent for being here. Without her, this debate may not happen. Thank you so much to Denise for being our adjudicator of the day. Today we are discussing this House should abolish the pink tax. As far as the resolution analysis and background a little bit, this House will be defined as corporations. Abolish means to end or put a stop to. The pink tax is increased pricing and or in some areas tax placed on items that are used solely by women, including things like pads and tampons and things of the sort. There have been historically increased pricing on items such as razors, pads, tampons that have been used by corporations. They increase the prices of things like the deodorant and all that for women, which means that they pay more. So this resolution means that we should put a stop to that. The value that we are upholding today is quality of life. The criteria that we're using is net benefits. For my first point, women don't make as much money as men. We make anywhere from 60, in some cases, 60 to 75% of what men make. And because we have products that are even more expensive, it hinders our economic power in society. And when we have a decreased economic power in society, we have less of a voice, which means that our presence, our mere presence is diminished. When we have those diminished, when we don't have the economic power to, let alone to, we can live on our own, we can do things, but because we have monthly expenses that incur way more than what men have, and even if we had the same salary as men, it wouldn't even put a dent in their salary when they're purchasing these products. Having the ability to be able to afford these items will increase our quality of life because we don't have to divert so much of our funding to make sure we take care of it. There are women who have issues that have to get more, or that have to get items more often and be able to take care of themselves. But because there's increase, there's pads that cost $10 just for the small pack, and it's that's quite a lot to be able to have to purchase almost 3 or 4 of those on a monthly basis, and being able to be able to take care of herself just because we have natural cycles as women. Being able to eliminating or abolishing the pink tax means that we will have the affordability and pricing. Like it's okay if we pay, $2 or $4 for deodorant, but paying $6, $7 for a stick of deodorant that would normally cost a man anywhere from $3 to $5. That even though those dollars seem minimal on a yearly basis, we're spending hundreds of dollars.
2 minutes.
$100 more money on these items. The second point is that because we have people who are in poverty who can't afford these things, but they still need them. So what do if they can't get access to Planned Parenthood because they keep shutting them down left and right? They start stealing them, which means that they have jail time. And if they can't get access to these life-saving items, being able to take care of themselves and be sanitary, we have increased hospitalization due to lack of access. But when we abolish the pink tax, we'll have decreased theft and hospitalizations, because even if poverty is not solved by this alone, it will alleviate some of the stress of not having access to items that are necessary to daily living. So we have a decreased jail time, decreased public shame, which gives the ability to be able to have women to have more agency and not have to worry about being in social situations. There are cultures where women are put away during their time of the month and they're not seen. And so them not being able to live their lives during that time because they don't have access to these things can definitely decrease their quality of life. So abolishing this pink tax would alleviate a lot of people financially and socially so that they can be a part of life without having to just be put away for a week's time during a month. And for that reason, you are voting for the government.
Ready when you are.
Okay, hold on. And you are
Opposition.
7 minutes. Go.
All right. I'd also like to thank my opponent and the adjudicator for being here today for this round. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to accept all of the resolutional analysis, including the definitions of this House should abolish the pink tax, as well as the value, quality of life through my plan, and my refuting of the government's points illustrate that my plan actually enhances quality of life as well as serving as a true net benefit. So the one point that my opponent lays out, that the government lays out, is that women do not make as much as men. Really, this argument around income inequality. Absolutely. We recognize that we live in a society where women are paid disproportionately less than men. They are underrepresented in Fortune 500 companies as well as in other positions of leaderships. However, we should also note that it is a higher chance oftentimes that women and non-binary folks are a part of households that have mixed or multiple streams of income, right? So meaning that women aren't always the sole breadwinner. Women are oftentimes the primary breadwinner, but they aren't oftentimes the sole breadwinner. So that does clarify some things when we talk about household income, given that many of these things that we're talking about are certainly personal items, but personal sort of household items that are to be used. So absolutely, income inequality does exist. But when we talk about the household income, women are a part of different, oftentimes family units, partnership units, to where these sorts of items like deodorants, like lotions, like some of the things that we'll be talking about are bought at Target or Walmart during a family sort of purchase of items. So it's a bill that is typically shared oftentimes. Number two, to refute this point, because these are oftentimes necessities, they are available. In particular, we're thinking about some of the sanitary items and reproductive and sort of sanitary health items like pads, tampons, and so forth, even basic sort of wipes and soaps. And this is through, as my opponent mentioned, Planned Parenthood. Yes, some Planned Parenthoods are being shut down, but they have time and time again been a space where folks who are impoverished or who are lower on the socioeconomic standpoint can go and get these products for free. right? Can go and get birth control for free, can go and get pads and tampons for free. Moreover, there is a huge amount of philanthropic organizations that do this type of work for women because they recognize that these products are expensive, right? Also, you can get these products from that these products can and sometimes be expensive. And I'll talk through that in my own plan that I'll present. Schools oftentimes give these for free. We saw and continue to see, even at my own institution, there is a machine where you can get pads in the bathroom for free. These are accessible, right? Through homeless shelters, folks who are homeless, these products are made available. And if I think about some of the work of some of the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities, these are often in times sort of drives that are done for sanitary and reproductive health goods and products. So it is certainly a major philanthropic undertaking that's done to address these needs and gaps. 3, no one is saying that you need to buy gendered products. If we recognize that studies that have been done that male products are often in times very similar to the women's products, the only difference is maybe the packaging, the pinkness of it, the color, the aesthetic, or the fragrance. So you can buy the cheaper male product. You can buy the product with no fragrance if you need to shop at a cheaper price point. You just don't need to buy the pink stuff. And so now to my own plan that I'd like to put forward is that we should maintain the pink tax. And I argue that reproductive and feminine care products really need to be at a high quality, right? This is about folks' lives. We need quality materials for our sensitive areas. We need products that are non-toxic. We can go back in time and even within my own life, you know, tampons were made of cardboard applicators before we got plastic applicators. There were toxic materials in tampons that people were having, toxic shock syndrome. We need these products to be of quality, and quality oftentimes costs money, unfortunately. We also want environmentally friendly products, right? We're using pads that require lots of plastic and cotton. Hopefully those can be made from materials that can be biodegradable. Again, these are things that cost more money. Additionally, if we think about sort of the anatomical and sort of physiological makeup of women's bodies, we use these products, tampons, pads, a lot more. There is no real comparable product for the male body, right? And so that is also why we have this additional expense. Also, we need this tax in order to ensure that there's a diversity of options. We want pads, we want tampons. Now we have Diva cups, right? And these other sort of plastic things that folks are using to be able to collect menstruation, bleeding and whatnot. We also should have diversity in aesthetics. Some people like to have their tampons look pink and cute because it makes them feel better during a time where they don't necessarily feel the best, right? And also we don't necessarily, some people don't want them to look like more masculine products, but the option is there. If you don't want the pink or purple deodorant, you can buy the more masculine deodorant if that is what you'd like. Also, some people don't like these monolithic colors and smells, which I've already talked about. My plan really is a pro-choice plan, right? And really thinking about sort of feminist movements. We should have the choice to be able to pay more for products that are of quality, that meet the colors and ranges that we like, or you should have the option to buy the male products, which you have today, or to buy the products that meet at more affordable price points. So I also do agree that we need sort of basic products, which do exist, right? Your basic sort of non-name brand products that are, you know, just a generic yellow or white, right? Where that tax isn't there. But I maintain with my plan, a pro-choice plan that women, folks who want to get these sort of gender specific products should have the option to do that. And that our basic needs are already being met by philanthropy, by sort of healthcare sectors and various institutions that are doing this philanthropic work to ensure that folks have the basic needs that they want. But to strip folks of the choice to make themselves feel good by having this pink or different fragrances is really unfair, and it will limit the quality of our products. It will limit the diversity of the products that are available. And this is absolutely a decision that folks should be able to make. And we also need to recognize that women have greater needs. The female body has greater needs than some of the male atomic body needs. There is just no male equivalent of a tampon or a pad, something that we use monthly, and something that we would want to be.
Time.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go her case first and then my case.
All right, so it's 4 minutes.
Yep.
Right. So,
okay. So first of all, the opposition stated this as a plan. This is definitely a value debate. So her plan should not be seen as a viable argument in this case. Since we are talking about the value of quality of life and the importance of making sure that everyone has access to necessary items for their well-being. This is not any plan that is being enacted. We are simply having an argument based on whether or not we should or should not abolish the pink tax. The first argument that she said on her off case was that we should maintain the pink tax to maintain quality of the products and quality of the items. This point is negated by her point on case, which I'll get to, which states that we have the option to get male products. If we have lotions, if we have body wash, if we have other items, shaving cream, razors, things like that, because the female body is physiologically different than the male body, then we cannot use all of their products. She says this so in her case that that because we are different, because there is a necessity of or a need for higher quality materials, especially if you want to be biodegradable or environmental, we have to we should maintain the pink tax, so we can't use it as an option. So we can't use the male products as an option as far as having choices of getting we can get non-gendered items, but those items are not made specifically for women, and because of this, it can lead to greater harm. Her next point is that the basic needs are being met because by philanthropic work that other people use. Being a person who is average income, I'm average income of a bachelor of arts holder, and so I don't meet the requirements needed to see. There's not a Planned Parenthood in my area. There is not philanthropic work that I can go to that say that I don't make enough to be able to afford this. I live but my in my household, there's not mixed income. I support myself. And so in these cases, there's a lot more women who are like me, especially women in today's world who are not living in mixed income households. So that argument does not work by and large for a lot of people. Look to my second point, which argues about poverty and the importance of eliminating the pink tax. Yes, we do need items that are of quality. We can create items of quality, but we do not have to charge them so much for it. We don't have to charge them 400% more than what the product costs. We do need diversity of it, but that's why we have Thinks. That's why we have Winks. That's why we have the Diva Cup. That's why we have other items. But there should not be a pink tax on it that makes us pay more per month for the items that we need. So on to Case. She agreed that women make less than men, and I've already argued why a lot of times that's not the case, especially in today's world, when especially in our communities, Black women are more educated and more likely to be living on their own and not in a mixed income household. She says that there's no need to, you don't have to buy gendered products, and like I said before, which is her first point on her off case, is that we have to buy gender products because there are products that are made, just like there's products made specifically for Black people's hair. There's products that are made specifically for women, specifically for men. Men have harsher skin. They can take the harsher lotion or the rougher scrubbers for the loofahs. Women's skin is more sensitive. Women's skin is more soft, and because of that, we cannot choose just let me switch over to male products. For that reason, vote government. Thank you.
Okay. 6 minutes?
Yes.
Go.
All right. So I'd like to first start by responding to the government's rebuttal to my case. And she starts with my discussion on the differences between male and sort of the gendering of products. When I specifically noted that there are some products that women could buy that are typically marketed as male products, I spoke to lotions, I spoke to deodorants, Never did I speak to any products that spoke to reproductive health, because I made it very clear that physiologically we have two different sets of reproductive organs, and that there is no comparable reproductive or sanitary items like tampons or pads and so forth that are for the female body that can be used for the male body. So that comparison is really a false equivalency. Yes, we can't. Men do not have harsher skin. This is a stereotype that is perpetuated really at the deficit of men, to make men out to be these sort of brutish, hard individuals, when this is not the case. Men also have sensitive skin. Men have eczema. Men have the similar skin issues as women do. So yes, you can use some of the lotions, the deodorants that have been marketed towards men. That is an option that you have. You can also get completely unscented and ungendered and lotions that have been ungendered as well, right? The Up and Up Target brand, your regular Walmart, Kirkland brands, those are also available for you, and you can get them at affordable price points as well. This was a whole case. The government is arguing around quality of life, right? Again, my plan is a pro-choice plan, which is firmly steeped in quality of life, right? They're saying that, basic needs need to be met. Philanthropy doesn't do it all. Not everyone is a part of mixed income households. Again, I want to go back to the point that there are many products that exist that are still out there that have not been gendered, that you can purchase, that have not been marked up by this pink tax. That we are talking about. That option, that affordable option, does indeed exist. However, if we stick with what the government is saying and we abolish this pink tax, we are then abolishing the diversity of options that folks will have to choose from when it comes to shopping, for sanitary as well as for reproductive health and just overall sort of products used for cleanliness. This should be an option. If people want to pay more, they should be able to pay more for a razor that's pink, that may have, additional solutions that may align with, their own values as a woman or whatever it may be. And a man should be able to do that as well if he wants to buy those. There should be option. There should be choice. And if we are to stick with the government's plan, that choice would essentially be taken away. With regards to ensuring that this is at an accessible price point and that everyone has it, again, I've laid out very clear options. We have government subsidy programs and social welfare programs that help aid in this. Again, majority of the sort of sororities, women's organizations ensure that these needs are met. These needs are met absolutely at homeless shelters as well. If you wanted to purchase these things, some of these things can even be purchased using your job's health savings account. An HSA account will cover some of these things. So again, it's not as if we live in a world where these options are not readily available to meet these basic needs. In particular, it comes to sort of these reproductive health and sanitation products for women. And again, there are non-gendered products that simply exist. And so I want to move to my voter issues. Overall, I'm arguing that by abolishing the pink tax, we are limiting the quality of life, because now you are telling people, in particular, you're telling women, you don't have the choice in what option you should get. You should just be limited to this tampon, this pad, maybe this one singular Diva cup, and they all should look this way. We can't have a one product fits all. People want choice. People want variety. There are some people who are going to be willing to pay $16 for a box of 50 tampons, and there are some people who won't be able to afford to pay that. And that choice should exist. We should not strip that choice away. We need to advocate for absolutely products that meet the sort of more affordable market, but also those that ascribe to a pink tax, so people who want to have and feel good about their products can do so because it aligns with the colors and the things that bring them joy, like Marie Kondo says. And so I'm arguing for a opposition vote because I'm running a case here that is about pro-choice. We don't need to strip the choice away from women. Too much in history have women's choices been limited to things. Why do we want to limit women's choices when it comes to what they can purchase as they go to Target and Walmart? You should have the opportunity to buy whatever pad, tampon, Diva cup, whatever type of lotion you want that suits your needs. And if you are willing to pay more for that because you have more money to do that, so be it. If you don't have the means to do that, there are places where you can go seek that out. You can utilize Medicare. You can utilize your own medical coverage to even be able to buy some of these products. But to insinuate that people are being blindly led astray and can't access these things is just a fallacy. So I urge an opposition point. I've laid out my plan, which is a pro-choice plan, which really illustrates and highlights why one. And the government is simply just trying to strip away the choice of shoppers, and in particular, shopping of women.
All right.
All right. I'm just doing voter issues. Sorry, I'm gonna off case and then voter issues.
Okay, so now we have 3 minutes.
Yep.
And go.
All right. So I just want to thank you for such a good round. Firstly, we talked about how the physiological difference between men and women. Men, scientifically proven, their biology makeup is very different. Their skin is thicker. Because they have thicker skin, because their body is different, they can use certain products that may be too harsh for a woman. And that is fact. That's biological fact. The fact that she says this is a false equivalency for male products. No, I did not state that men have the same. We're not comparing diapers to diapers. We're not comparing we're not comparing pads to whatever the equivalent would be for a male. That's not what we're comparing to. We're saying if you want to buy deodorant and you have to buy the male deodorant because it's cheaper, or if you want to buy lotion, you have to buy the male lotion because it's cheaper, or whatever the case may be. These items are cheaper. That doesn't mean that they are of quality. She made this argument that we want quality products, so we should maintain the pink tax, but that's not true. My first voter argument is that that my opponent actually talks about choice and having choice as an option, and we're stripping away the option for people to be able to choose whether or not to pay $50 for a pack of tampons or $30 for a pack of pads or whatever the case may be. The choice is not being stripped. There's simply not enough work done here to show that we're getting rid of choice. She wants you to make the leap that by abolishing peak tax, we no longer have choice. Abolishing the peak tax just means lowering the price of the items that we pay more for, especially when we're in situations or households that we cannot afford to spend an extra $13, an extra $40 on items that we use as a necessity. And being able, like I stated, to be in environments where Planned Parenthood is or where philanthropic work is being done, we rely on the help of other people to try to get us. What I'm saying that it increases our quality of life when we're able to afford our own items, when we're able to take care of ourselves and not rely on other people or the goodness of other philanthropic people to help us to get what we need for daily life. Knowing that we don't have access to schools that offer these items for free or other Planned Parenthood other Planned Parenthood works, there are people who are like me who are not in mixed income households who simply have to eat it and buy what we need on a monthly basis. So this goes for tampons, this goes for pads, this goes for lotion, deodorant, body wash, and all of that. Simply switching over to non-gender products because I have sensitive skin. I need stuff that works for me. Men do have sensitive skin. I'm not saying that, but biologically they are different. Their skin is thicker, their skin is tougher. Vote for Gov. Thank you. Woo! All right, Denise, you have 2 minutes to come to a decision.
I don't know, y'all.
While the judge is reviewing the cases presented, you should take this opportunity to share, like, and subscribe. All the YouTube things. Who do you think won this round? Let me know in the comments down below. And the results are in.
Who's my last one of the day? Okay.
Listening to both of you, you were great. I mean, both of y'all made some good points. I already have a bent on not doing it to get rid of the pink tax. So, but the passion that Janelle had, she just knew this thing, just inside and out. I don't even know if you do.
I don't. I think the pink flag should go too. This was a hard
This
one.
should go.
This
But
was a
you
hard
did.
one. I couldn't come up with much actually.
Yeah, because I get rid of it. Like
I was like, between you and your wife, I would hope that you want this to
I
go.
wanted to go. This was. I didn't have many points.
I was just like,
yeah, yeah. I think Janelle, because of her passion and some of the points that she made, I was like, oh, maybe that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good for Janelle.
Thank you. I appreciate that one. That was hard. That was hard.
you made it look easy.
It was hard. I have had 2 rounds back to back that I don't necessarily agree with. And this one was the hardest one. Lord.
Oh, that was fun. I like this.
Good.
I don't know if I'll be a debater though. I can't think as fast on my feet like you two ladies did. There's just no way. But that was good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Champions of Discourse presents Debate This. Please look out for us next week. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for watching Champions of Discourse presents Debate This. I have been your hostess, Kayla Byers. Be sure to tune in next Thursday.
Thank you so much.